The recent deadly blaze in Hong Kong grabbed all our attention. To date, the death toll stands at 168 with 79 injured. Now, immediately after this, we started receiving emails from concerned Talking Point viewers. Now, almost 80% of us live in HDB flats, which are getting increasingly taller and taller. 32 blocks are between 41 to 50 stories high. Another 162 are between 31 to 40 stories tall. Given that we will only continue to build up, I wonder how fire-safe high-rise living really is.
A fire broke out at a Tai Po Lorong 8 flat.
A deadly fire broke out this afternoon in the Bukit Merah housing estate.
In 2024, there were 968 residential fires in Singapore. That number went up to 1,051 in 2025. That's roughly 3 a day. On 4th November 2025, Vincent Peter was sleeping in his 8-story Ang Mo Kio flat when he heard this.
Hey, the bird on the dog all close first. The bird fly. Why?
Don't open. All of us cannot breathe.
I was inside the room when my daughter came out. My daughter shouting to me, "Father, father, fire, fire."
Vincent rushed to his front door, where he was met with a large blaze coming from the lift lobby beside his flat.
I took 2 pails of water. I came and splashed on it because I need my family to go out.
Did the water help do anything?
Yes, the thing cooled down a little bit already.
Okay.
It cooled down, then I straight away asked my daughter, my children, my wife all to go that corner to come down.
Yeah.
Okay, you all go down first. I got 2 dogs in my house. I rescued them out also.
Okay.
After rescuing them, 2 boys came here. They was having fire extinguisher.
The fire's still burning.
Still burning.
This is for already like 5-10 minutes.
Once they use the fire extinguisher, the thing go down already. Then after that, then only the fire engine coming.
How do you think the fire started?
The PMD was parked here for 6 months. Then after that, on top got rubbish. On that particular day, how the thing sparked, we don't know.
If it's been here for 6 months, no fire.
No fire.
Why do you think that day it caught fire?
Here, nowadays, got people smoking cigarette all over here and throwing. You can see the butt over here also.
Oh, there's a cigarette butt
Yes.
there. Okay.
Okay, this is my gate. The number all fly off. Everything gone, all black in color. The side all you can see.
Yeah, I can still see the black marks.
Then comes to this side. You can see the fire also attack the windows.
Ah, up
right?
there, all the black
There,
marks.
yes.
Yeah, in fact, that pipe there, I can still see the on the pipe, the steel
Correct.
pipe, all black.
Yes, right.
So this whole area.
This area.
I
that means
see.
affect this one, and that one, and that one.
Oh, on that side, those
That
2
side,
units
yes.
as well. Okay. 200 people were evacuated that night, waiting at the void deck while SCDF cleared the burn site, and 4 people were sent to the hospital for smoke inhalation. According to the Singapore Civil Defence Force, the fire involved a PMA, and this was the largest fire evacuation reported last year. Active mobility devices, or AMDs, have been on the rise. They include personal mobility aids used by those who have difficulties walking, as well as personal mobility devices and power-assisted bicycles used by the broader population for transportation. "42 caught fire in 2022. That number has been on the rise to 55 in 2023 and 67 in 2024. With their battery packs seemingly the main cause.
The thing just tape only, see now I'm gonna try and pull, see how easy it is to open. See the BMF floating one, magic. Basically, this is the cause of all the issues that we're facing here today. They all modify the battery until like that. Everything twist and tape, you see how soft I show you? The whole plastic around gone. I think it's melted.
For the last 5 years, battery manufacturer Kenneth Tay has been trying to raise awareness about the dangers AMD battery packs can pose.
The battery is the flammable portion of the AMD.
That's right.
So without the battery in the picture, there would be no fire.
So when it comes to these batteries, what is the reason why some of them catch fire?
Typically, these batteries that are designed for the electric bicycles,
Yes.
they have already been designed in mind that they will not exceed a certain power capacity. They know that if it is used within its means
Okay.
that it's designed for. Sometimes when the battery is modified and used for purposes way above its capacity, wires can be too thin, the battery cells may not be able to perform to that standard, and that's when the battery can overheat. And when the battery starts overheating to a certain point, that's when it can explode.
But you see, certified devices come with what is called a battery management system. This system monitors the health and capacity of a battery pack and prevents overcharging. If the BMS detects that a battery cell is damaged or modified and not charging properly, it will prevent the user from using the battery pack altogether.
This is an example of a modified battery pack. So, a battery management system would prevent the user from using this battery.
It won't allow you to charge it. Basically, the battery just won't work.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
But in this case, somebody has actually took it out. Can you see? This is where the wires would actually connect to that
Also,
BMS.
there was a battery management system.
There was. It is removed, and then he connected the red wire and the black wire, the positive and negative, directly to the battery terminals. What this means is the battery will work no matter what. The thing is, the user who had this battery, he purchased this from a second-hand marketplace. He did not even know it was modified, and he just needed something to work. He does not know a good from a bad battery.
Okay. Are these sold for quite a cheap price? I mean, compared to the more compliant ones?
The compliant ones are usually more expensive because they have to go through rigorous testing. They have to be sold through approved platforms like the manufacturers of the bikes themselves. However, a non-compliant batteries like this, they can be purchased from e-commerce platforms.
Right, and there's no sort of checks on them, no regulation, no safety.
As of right now, you can go on any second-hand marketplace. All they will do is give you a warning. Do not purchase modified AMDs, do not purchase non-original batteries, all that. But at the end of the day, the only way is that you would have to bring to someone like me or to the original manufacturer, like the e-bike manufacturers themselves, and ask them, is this a compliant battery or not? They would have to open up and check.
Okay. So there are various ways a battery could be at risk of exploding. If it has been modified, if it was unregulated to begin with, or if it's overused and not maintained properly. AMD-related fires are disproportionately dangerous. They represent 5% of residential fires, yet cause more than 10% of consequent injuries and 25% of fatalities. I want to know how safe we are as long as the risk of these potent fires keeps growing. Oh, did you hear that? I just heard a pop. Between 2022 and 2025, more than 70% of AMD fires involve non-tested, non-certified, or tampered devices. Senior forensic scientist Sheikh Muhammad Anis conducts burn trials on lithium-ion batteries to study the impact of their explosion. Today, he's going to show me what exactly happens when an AMD battery pack heats up.
When you tamper with your battery or you modify your battery, it can't stop overcharging from happening.
You're saying it just keeps charging.
Yes, and this is a confiscated battery that we got. Yeah.
But how bad can it really be? I mean, and how big a fire will it be?
Do you want to see?
I do.
I prepared this bike for you. Let's watch the fireworks, but we need to get to a safe distance.
So we're going to set this guy on fire?
Yes, we're going to set this guy on fire. Let's hide behind that.
Sounds
where
like
it's
a
safe.
good idea. Okay, what next?
Okay, all we need to do is switch on the switch.
And boom! In most cases, this will be a PMD charging at home, right?
Yeah, this is simulating that case.
Okay. Oh wow, starting to smoke already.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fast. So that is the first sign, right?
That's the first sign indeed, yes.
At this point, normally, if I see it, my first reaction is switch it off.
My suggestion is to just evacuate from this as soon as possible, because in this case, there is still smoking going on for a while. But in some cases, within seconds, the fire would escalate really bad. So you have very little while to evacuate.
Okay. So the first reaction should be just get out of the way as quickly as possible.
Indeed. So what's happening right now is that overheating that we are doing causes the internal components within the battery cell to be unstable. So they start reacting with each other, producing heat. One reaction produces more heat, catalyzing the next. So it's self-sustaining and it accelerates really fast.
So we can see that smoke is building up. It's just getting worse and worse.
And what you have inside the PMD is an array of cells. So one cell propagates heat to the next and the next. So it just exponentially builds up, producing a lot of flammable vapor.
And by now, it'll be bad already, because if you're in a confined space, your whole apartment will be filled with smoke already.
A lot of toxic gases are being produced. So can you imagine if you are in a confined space and you're inhaling all these gases? Fatality is a possibility.
Oh, did you hear that? I just heard a pop.
Yeah, it's very characteristic of the AMD-5's projectile behavior. So that means within 1 to 2 meters, many objects can be catching fire very quickly compared to the normal slow fire spread in traditional fires.
Because normally it's a fire here, it will spread, spread, spread. This guy, poof, so it goes, burns there, burns there, burns there.
And do you see that projectile motion?
Yeah, it's like a flamethrower, right? Boom, you're throwing it to the sofa and
yeah,
that's on fire now.
Yeah.
Ah, you can hear it again.
Another. Okay, come check out the carcass.
Okay.
But I think it's safe that we still put on our mask. We still smoking a little bit.
Wow, the entire box has melted away.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see the individual battery cells. The whole case has gone.
And some of the cells are missing, so it flew away. And you can see some of the cells are here.
Oh, that's the projectile. That would have shot off, right?
Indeed. So was watching this exciting?
Yeah, a bit scary, man. I definitely don't want this at home.
The government is exploring stiffer actions against owners and retailers of non-compliant AMDs. But in the meantime, other steps are being taken to ensure fire safety. So, just how safe are our public housing homes? Since the early 1960s, public flats in Singapore were built with fire safety in mind. Slab blocks were one of the earliest designs. These are rectangular blocks characterized by a long common corridor with homes on one side.
For the purpose of this interview, we've created a model of a slab block HDB flat and its accompanying corridor.
And I'm bringing it to Christopher Tan, who studies fire dynamics, how fires start, spread, and are controlled. Say a fire breaks out here.
We always emphasize on the need to contain the fire. So we call it a fire compartment. And what you can see will be like the external walls. Yeah, these are all made of non-combustible material, right? Like concrete.
I see, okay. So the concrete, let's talk about the concrete first. I guess that's because it burns less easily compared to like wood, right?
Yeah. You can withstand fires to 1 hour, 2 hours. Based on the fire code requirements, at least minimally 1 hour. And this would able to provide sufficient time for the residents to escape out of the unit, as well as for firefighters responding to the fire, to fight the fire. The main door forms the compartment. So you need the main door to be fire rated.
Only the front door?
Yeah, you got half-hour fire door, 1 hour fire door, and so on. The fire doors are made of timber, they're made of metal as well. The rating itself gives it the ability to withstand the fire for the risk that is inside the space that it's protecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say half an hour, means this is the door, if there's a fire burning, it will take half an hour before the full door burns up.
Yeah, you can withstand half an hour.
So when it comes to a typical flat like this, do all the doors in the apartment have to be fire rated?
No. You need the main door to be fire rated.
Only the front door?
Yeah. In fact, the HDB flats, they have already installed a lot of fire rated doors at the main entrance or the front door. Buildings are designed with fire safety in mind. Like for this design here, it's an external corridor. Yeah, that's right. It has these openings to allow for smoke to dissipate should it spills from the unit into the corridor, so that residents can have a clear smoke-free escape. If you look at this, so this is the kitchen window. You notice that there's this section of the wall. Yeah, any fires from the floor below would also help to minimize the vertical flame spread because of this non-combustible wall here.
Oh, so in other words, there's a gap in between each unit, right?
Yes. So you minimize the vertical fire spread.
So I noticed also in some cases there's a bit of a ledge in between the units, right?
The ledge actually serves a fire safety function as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the ledge is about 600 mm long. If there's any fire from the floor below, it actually can help to minimize the vertical fire spread.
Okay.
So you've noticed just beside the wall section itself that we spoke about earlier, this can further enhance the safety as well.
Okay, in other words, the fire has to work a bit harder to go around the ledge, right? All flats in Singapore, old and new, are built with strict building codes that prioritize fire safety, with enhancements made over the years. From 2018, all homes must have smoke alarms. There are ongoing efforts to upgrade flats pre-2018 with home fire alarm devices and fire-rated doors.
The Singapore Civil Defence Force is in charge of ensuring that public housing has sufficient common fire provisions.
So there are fire hose reels.
Ah, okay. This is on every floor?
Yes, on every floor.
I see.
Yep. And there are also the firefighting risers.
What is this wet rising main
this
outlet?
is a wet riser, which is where we connect the hoses to for firefighting operations.
Also, in addition to that, so you have two sources of water.
That's right.
I see. And I noticed this has a little padlock on it too.
So what happens during a firefighting operation is that we will cut the lock.
Ah, I was like, oh my gosh, imagine trying to find the key. Like, which key? Okay.
No, we will cut the lock.
Okay.
Okay, so over here what you see is the lifesavers emergency point, where we have the fire extinguisher as well as the AED.
And every block has one of these?
1 in every 2 blocks of HDB, and to date we have about 5,000 of these.
Okay, but why one in only every 2 blocks?
Well, because of the needs assessment, we find that this 1 in every 2 blocks is sufficient for now, but it's always a review in progress.
Okay. So is that all that you have here?
No, I want to show you something else at a taller HDB block. Okay, Steve, so I've brought you here to this super high-rise residential building, which is 40 floors and above.
Is it different from your typical HDB block, which, usually up to 30 floors, right?
It is almost the same. It's just that we have some special provisions for evacuation.
Okay.
During a fire, what the SCDF and the police would do is that we will evacuate residents from the affected floor as well as 2 floors above.
Not the whole building?
No, not the whole building.
I see.
So we will do that on a case-by-case basis. We will evaluate the situation and we will evacuate other floors as necessary.
I see, but why not evacuate the whole building?
Oh, this is because it is quite dangerous to have an entire block of residents evacuate from the staircase during a fire, and injuries and accidents could happen during the evacuation process.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to be worried. If I'm living in the block and I see that, oh, you got smoke below, and I'm, 10 floors above it, generally I would be like, maybe I want to evacuate, right?
No, you can stay within your unit and wait for the SCDF and the police to come knocking on your doors if an evacuation is necessary.
Okay. And I will still have time to evacuate.
That's right.
Because I'm thinking 50 floors, if I have to run all the way down, that's a long way.
So for buildings like these, there are special provisions called refuge floors. That's on every 20th floor of the building.
So what do you mean by a refuge floor? Why is this a refuge floor?
So typically refuge floors link all the blocks of the super high-rise residential building together. And if you look around us, there's no clutter on this floor. There are clear pathways for people to evacuate, and it is also naturally ventilated, so you don't get smoke-locked situations on such refuge floors.
Okay. Versus, I guess, a typical floor where there's lots of, in my home, I've got lots of furniture, bookshelves, all that kind of stuff which burn easily.
Yes, that's right. So in a typical residential block, there may be items that would cause fires, but not on this sort of refuge floors. If a fire were to catch, say at the 38th floor of this building, and you need to evacuate, you can evacuate to this floor and then subsequently move to an unaffected block and take the lift down.
So if I live here, will I know this is a refuge floor? Are there signs telling me about it? Does the town council kind of say like, welcome to this estate, by the way, here's your booklet, tell you this is a refuge floor, this is where the refuse, the dustbin is, this is where, things are?
These are best effort basis, and of course we hope that everybody could, voluntarily learn and find out more about these evacuation procedures within their own residential blocks.
Do all HDB blocks have refuge floors?
No, so these refuge floors are only provisioned in the super high-rise residential buildings that are 40 floors and above.
Okay, so those like 30 floors and below, if you need to, you go all the way down?
Yes, using the staircases.
I see, okay. In a country that is obliged to build vertically, high-rise fires will always be a concern. And with mobility devices becoming more common and growing as a fire risk, why don't we just take them out of the equation? Create specialized charging spots at void decks. Should things get heated, it just might be easier to get out of the line of fire.